just going to do a quick video on how to tie a green rabbit. It's in conjunction with the book we wrote at whitelewisjane.com on how to tie simple trout fishing flies with a New Zealand flavour. So first of all, you just want to wind on a good foundation. Bear in mind, this is just my way of doing things. You may have a better way, and if you do, join us on the blog and talk about it. And yeah, always willing to listen and learn. It's all part of the journey. Positive feedback is always a good thing. Enough of that. So wind it on, cover the shank pretty well, working towards the end of it, the barb, whatever you want to call it, all good. I'm just using a number 4 trout hook here for this lure or wet fly, not really a wet fly I suppose it is really. Yep, I've fished this on sinking fly line, floating fly line and on spinning line with sinker and trace. But anyway, we've got to there, so now we're going to tie on the tail. So for the tail, what I'm doing, I'm using a bit of this red feather, cutting some of it off, have it about that long. I like to roll them around a bit, just to make them a bit rounder, and now I'm going to tie it on. So if you've never done that before, you lift it up and pinch it between your thumb and forefinger, bring it back down, and then pull it tight, like that. And that's pretty much how you tie on the tail and pretty much everything else. So that's all good. It's a little bit bent, it's an old feather, but it's all good, that works. So that's cool. So next, what I'm going to tie on is this green stuff here, which is called chenille or Chanel or something like that. My French isn't that good, but there you go. And tie it on the same way. Tie it back to there, and that's cool. Next, I've got this here gold, if you can see it, a gold type of thread. Bought it in a craft shop many years ago. And we'll tie that in. And that done, that's cool. Just trim these red feathers out of the way. And we'll move forward now. Move it back forward towards the eye. Just like this. Getting there. Forward, forward, forward. You want to leave enough room for a hackle, and so there's about good enough really. Good. Next, right, we'll take this stuff here, which looks a bit like an old pipe cleaner really, if you know what a pipe is. Some of you may do, some of you may not. And you wind that, making the body, keeping them nice and tight together. Don't want to squash them too much. Just whatever you need to get to where you got to go. And just like that, wind it forward. Oh, she's twisting up, she's twisting up. Never mind, it's all good. We'll get to there. One more is probably enough. Gold thread out of the way, and we'll tie that over, just like that. Once or twice or 3 times. Tie that on nice and tight. Now you can half hitch it here if you're a bit worried about cutting your thread or breaking things. Should be okay. Trim that off, it's all good. Next thing we're going to do is try and tie in your rabbit pout. You can see that I've cut it at a point. This makes it a little bit easier to tie on. You don't have to use rabbit pout here. You can, some people use a feather to make a different type of lure. But this is, in essence, a green rabbit. And you can make a yellow rabbit, just depends on how you buy that. Chanel stuff, if that's the right word. So tie that on top. And next, then you'll take your gold thread and you want to loop that through here, but you want to keep the fibres. You don't want to tie the fibres down. You just want it to go around the skin. Just a bit. Like that. You don't want it to tie, when you pull it tight, you don't want it pulling it around the hook. If you've never cut the rabbit fur before, you want to be careful you don't cut the fur when you cut the skin. It's something to be thinking about. Could have possibly made that a bit shorter, but it doesn't really matter. Spread this again. A bit of a trick here, but it's quite fine, that fur. Again, you don't want to be holding it down. When it hits the water, it's going to flow back and look a bit like a little black fish. Hopefully. A couple more loops of that. Like so. And I think that'll probably do it. Oh, yeah, we go one more, just to keep them even. Pull that up. Sorry about the thumbs and fingers and everything in the way, but that's how it goes. So that's not too bad. And we'll tie that on, like so. 2 or 3 times like before. Wind that back, we'll go back up to there. Trim that gold off. Cool. Now the next thing I'm going to tie in is this. You can see that. It's tinsel. Pretty sure that's what they call it. Some places I fish, the fish don't like it at all. Fished with these rabbits with tinsel on and haven't really done very well. Other places, it just seems to make all the difference. It works a magic. Places where I didn't do very well, I fished with rabbits and caught fish. Put the tinsel in, for some reason you're still going to catch them, but they just don't seem to like it. So I'm going to put it in for now. You probably can't see it too well on the fly, but it's in there, and that's all good. Yeah, now that could be finished. The tail's gone a bit wonky, but it'll come right in the water. And I have fished them like that before and caught fish. But we're not going to finish there, we're going to put a hackle on it. You can see that. And exposed a bit of the quill there to tie it on with. Tie it onto the front here. There. Like that. All good. Spread it a bit with the fingers just to make it spray out a bit. And most of it you want underneath, and that's all good. Now normally when I tie on a hackle, I'll use a pair of these hackle pliers. However, these hackles are particularly old and tend to snap a lot when I use the hackle pliers, which is very frustrating. I don't want much of a hackle on it, and so I'm just going to do that. Tie that over there. Oh, geez, I'm winding. Stress on this. Yeah, so we tie that on. That's all good. You can trim this piece here off now, or you can do it afterwards. I'm going to do it now. Just be careful. If you're blind like me, you tend to trim the thread for some reason, but not today. Now, you want to moisten your fingers a bit. Pull that hackle down underneath. And you want it flowing back, if you can do that. So I'll do a rough wrap to see what it looks like. that's probably about pretty good. Pretty good. And these other bits like that, you just trim them off. Don't really want that one there. Can't get it. Bring it up. Sorry about the arming away, but that's what we need. Trim that. Trim these in front. Good. And when that hits the water, that'll flow back and it'll look good. I think it's meant to look like gills or something. So now you just finish it all off. Put a nice heap of thread on there, looping it up. Yep, nice black head. Don't know why, it seems to work pretty well with a black head on it, so that's good. You could use a whip finisher. I'm just going to do this. Half hitch it 3 times. I'll put a video on actually about using a whip finisher. It's your choice of course, but it's a good thing once you get the hang of it. But for bigger flies like this, preferably I just half inch them like that. So that's it. That's a green rabbit, almost. We'll trim that. We'll get a dab of super glue on there. Take the lid off. Now, smaller hooks, I'll put a hook in the eye because if you get glue in there, which is real easy to do, it's really hard to thread your fly line through it. And so that's it. Job done. So yeah. Thanks for coming, and I hope you got something out of that.